What's up, guys? I got some horrible news today. Breaking news. ICE just killed this man. If you don't know what's going on in America, right now the president has deployed these ICE agents across the country to deport illegal immigrants, supposedly criminals. And they've been targeting a lot of people of brown color, Somalians, everything. And we're assuming they're deporting the right people, but we just don't know because their tactics are some of the most inhumane things I've ever seen. So this guy got killed today by protesting against ICE. A ICE agent shoved a woman to the ground for no reason. I think she was recording him. The ICE agent shoved him down. This ICU nurse guy, this is a professional who helps people in in terminal illness, people who are gonna die or in very bad health. This guy devoted his life to this profession. He gets in the middle of the agent so the agent doesn't hurt the woman anymore. We can't know. We don't know what would have happened if this guy didn't step in and protect that woman. For all we know, this woman would have got shot. And don't say she wouldn't have, because these agents killed this guy for no legitimate reason. So I would not have been surprised if the woman would have been killed for no legitimate reason if he had not stepped in protect her. Anyways, this guy got in the middle of the agent. He had his phone on his right hand, and I think he had coffee in his left, so no weapons in hand. The ICE agent decided to push him to or something, grab him, and then he got pepper sprayed. Then all the other agents gang up on him, throw him down to the ground. They're punching him for no reason. They're punching him. One agent takes out his pistol and starts pistol whipping him, like hitting him with this pistol. Like, that is so retarded. That is so dumb, because you could accidentally shoot or set off a shot by pistol whipping somebody, and it could have been another ICE agent he would have shot, and then the ICE agents would have reacted even more dumb and shot this guy. But what happened is he got punched down, he got pepper sprayed, and then for some reason, and right before he got shot, another ICE agent, you can see, took out the gun that he had in the back of his pants. This nurse, he had the legal right to conceal and carry. He had the permit. He had all the legal documentation to carry his gun, which is an American right. He was protesting. You can protest with a weapon. Not saying point a gun at somebody, but you can be at protest be concealed carry. Like, you can have your gun just in case something goes wrong. So when he was taken down, the ICE agent, one of them, took out the gun. And by this point, he was getting beat up really bad. And then a few seconds later, he gets shot. One time, he falls, and then they unload 9 more bullets. They just unload a bunch of bullets into this guy while he's on the ground, unconscious, probably dead already from the first shot. And he got killed, man. This is horrible. Now, what do I think, guys? As American citizens, honestly, like, the people who say, oh, stay home and don't protest, well, you can do that. But the people who say don't get in the way of ICE, these are the people that would have allowed the Nazis to screw over their neighbors, right? These American citizens who are playing safe, following the rules, are a bunch of degenerated, grain-fed slaves. Yeah, of course, I'm not going to go and protest in front of ICE because I know the probability, but you cannot hate on people or tell people to not protest because they're going to get killed. That logic is wrong. If you don't see the problem with that, you are dumb, because you should be able to protest without having to worry about your life. You see that? If we can't protest without worrying about being safe and being able to live another day, our country, the ICE force, is wrong. It's not at a professional level, and it's tyranny, right? If people decide not to protest because their lives could be endangered, then you don't live in a free state, the state that America promotes, that they're, the land of the free and you have rights. At that point, you're in Venezuela. You're in Afghanistan in the early 2000s. You're in the Islamic terrorist states. It's the equivalent. You should be able to protest and have a gun, no problem, and be able to go home at the end of the day. But these agents, 9 of these high school drop-off fools, if you're an ICE agent, man, think about it. You wake up one day and you want to be an ICE agent, somebody who rips apart families, deports people. Sure, you might deport some bad guys, but you're also going to deport people who just want to make a living here and are not causing any problems. And not only are you probably deporting and ripping families apart that are not criminals, they are undocumented people. These are not aliens, guys. These are just terms to keep brainwashing you, to keep you a slave so you can become a puppet of the administration in power, right? I can't believe people say illegal aliens. Like, these fools are humans just like you. It's just that these people are retarded, man. Just because they don't have any papers. Use the correct terminology. Undocumented people. These people don't have American citizenship. But to call them illegal aliens, like, first of all, they're human. And it's just a way to corrupt and brainwash your mind, to slowly get you to accept them. It's a way to force you to accept bad things done to your community over time, right? It's a way to brainwash you. And that's the problem. That's why these people who, like this nurse who spoke out, he wasn't a brainwashed slave. He wanted to protect his community. He had every right to. He protected a woman that got shoved down from an ICE agent who's a fucking loser. Like, cops don't do that. They don't shove people to the ground. These ICE agents are people who couldn't be cops. Or, I mean, I'm sure nobody wants to be an ICE agent, so they take the bottom of the barrel, absolute losers who have no skills to create a business, to make money in other ways, actually helping society. Instead, they resort to deporting people because they fucking suck, man. Literally. If you are an ICE agent, I know everything about you before you don't even have to say a word. Your actions show. We don't have a problem with a bunch of criminals in this country that are invading our population. Not as much as you think. Sure, it's true that we do have illegal alien. Oh, I'm going to just keep the terminology consistent. Illegal aliens is what they use to classify these people that are bad guys. In reality, there's bad and good guys. Bad and good guys on both sides, right? We have undocumented individuals who are good and undocumented individuals who are bad, right? But this whole process, these agents are killing their own citizens. That's the problem. They killed Renee Goodwill while she was trying to flee. And here's the problem, guys. The American government is never going to put bad press about their own law enforcement or their own agencies. So if you say, oh, I read that he had a gun and tried to hurt the agents. If you resort to believing everything you read online, you are a slave. You have zero critical thinking skills. You might as well donate me your organs so I can sell them and make money because I'm smart. I have compassion, bro. Like, it pisses me off how people read a headline and say, oh, he had a gun and he was pointing it at people, at agents, and they never verify. They don't see the freaking footage. If you see the footage, this guy got beat down, pepper sprayed, pistol whipped, 9 guys on him, like 5 to 9 guys on him. He was on the ground getting beat up. There's no way he could have grabbed a gun because they were grabbing his arms, grabbing his legs, grabbing his back, grabbing his jacket. They take the gun away from him and then they shoot him 9 times after he's already on the ground dead. Execution, public execution. And all this guy did was protect a woman that got shoved down from ICE. He got in the ICE officer's face so he can back off on the woman. Because, like I said, we don't know what that dumbass ICE agent would have done to that woman. That guy was already seeing red. He shoved a woman to the ground that was recording. An ICE agent shoved a woman down into the snow with full force. If he had not stepped in, that agent would have probably arrested her, beat her up, and she potentially could have gotten shot. We've already seen a woman get executed by ICE like a couple weeks ago. So rest in peace to this man. Rest in peace, man. Seriously, if you are of the mindset, like, personally, I'm not going to go protest because I'm not going to risk my health. But for the people who want to I might in the future if it gets really bad. But if you're going to go protest, you cannot blame people or tell them you got what you deserved for protesting, because as an American, it's your right to protest. You should be able to protest and live and go on with your life. These people are protesting. They're not shooting at the agents. They're not punching at the agents. They're not harming the agents, yet they get killed. They get killed. Renee Goodwill, she was, they tried to take her out the car for no reason. For no reason, they tried to take her out the car, so instead, she tried to flee. She tried to flee. She backed up so she can gain space, so she wouldn't hit the agents. If she tried to run over the agent, she would have never backed up to gain more space to turn, right? If she was really trying to run over the agent, she just would have pressed on the gas, hit the agent, and sped off. She would have survived if she did that. But instead, she was considerate. She backed up, turned to the right, and this agent, a literal dumbass, no critical thinking, literally stepped out the way, shot into the car multiple times. If he had enough time to step out the way and shoot this woman, he had the same amount of time to step out the way and not shoot this woman, let her flee. They could have tracked her down later and arrested her, and her life would have still been here on Earth with us. This guy, he could have been arrested by these 9 individuals. He already had pepper spray. He already got beat up. And if this ICE agent, for whatever reason, literally, I see zero reason why this guy should have been shot. If this agent decided to not shoot him, it would have been a good day. They would have arrested him. He would have sued these agents for brutality, and this guy would still be alive helping people in the ICU nurse that he worked at. ICU hospital or ICU nurse unit where he worked at. This is horrible, guys. Horrible, horrible, horrible. This is not good. So what do I think? If you are, I'm just saying, guys, carry your guns, and if the ICE agents are about to kill your family or people you care about, shoot them back. I'm not kidding, bro. Because once the life is taken, you can't make it up. So you might as well set your boundaries, defend yourself. That's why we have the Second Amendment, right to bear arms. If the government is violating your rights, we have the rights to bear arms and kill these people. Kill the people who are violating our rights. Doesn't matter. Now, that does not mean you should go protest and shoot these people, right? You should always be strapped in case something happens. But I'm just going to say this. If you plan on getting in front of ICE agents' face, peacefully protesting, if you plan on getting in their face or making any physical contact with them, it's actually better that you don't have a weapon on you, because if they see a weapon on you, they're going to justify killing you. So, I mean, that shouldn't happen, but these guys are retarded. Remember, ICE agents are retarded losers, unqualified to be police officers. That's why they do this shit job. So, I mean, what I'm saying has no valid claim, but common sense. Why would a bunch of these fat ass losers wake up in the morning, cover up their face, and be proud of what they do? Literally, killing people, deporting human beings, ripping families apart. And this is all to remove criminals that are here undocumented. Bro, a few bad apples ruin it for the whole force, man. I'm sure there's ICE agents that are trying to be good people, but the baseline, the bottom floor, I don't care if you have a high floor of really good ICE agents. If your floor is trash, your whole organization is branded as trash, man. The floor for becoming an ICE agent is very low, and that's the problem. We have fools killing American citizens, nurses, people with real jobs, and getting away with it. They got away with it, bro. This guy killed this guy, and he got away with it. He's still going to go to work tomorrow. He's going to get paid. These people are getting paid to kill these U.S. citizens. Literally. They could kill another 5 people, 10 people, and they still have jobs. They still have jobs. You know why? Because there's nobody wanting to be an ICE agent, because it's a shit job. Very shit. And like I said, man, don't believe everything you read on the first headline. Every person that it's so interesting how everyone who's defending these ICE agents are old, ugly sacks of shit. It's like they are defeated, so they just believe everything that their government tells them. For some reason, all the healthy people that are vibrant, look healthy, are in shape, for some reason we all share the common opinion of compassion, humanity. It seems like all these degenerated slave brained cooked food, old ass, wrinkly ass skinned people happen to support ICE and the current president's ways. And I don't even have a problem with the current president, to be honest. He has to do tough decisions. It's the fact that they're turning a blind eye and trying to lie to the American people that these are justified killings. And if you do that, you are part of the problem. That's my problem with the current Department of Defense or Justice, whatever. They're making up these lies that these citizens, Renee Goodwill, they said that she tried to run over the officer. If you have any common sense, and if you've ever driven a car, you know for a fact she did not try to do that. She tried to flee. And this dumbass cop, or no, not cop, dumbass ICE agent who has no spatial awareness, fat sack of shit with no agility. If he was in shape, he would have easily gotten out the way. If he had a brain, he would have easily gotten away, let her flee, and then they would have captured her later. Or they would have just went about their day, not killed anybody, whatever. In this case, these fat sack of shit ICE agents killed a man with a real purpose, with a real job, helping people that are sick. Seriously, man. When you have a gun, you do dumbass decisions. Take the gun away, these fools are cowards. This guy did not have a gun, and they killed him. He did not have a gun that was pointed at them. He had a gun in the back of in his pants. That's his right. He had the documentation to carry it. They took that away. One agent took that away, and then seconds later, after he was unarmed, he gets shot, and then shot on the ground 9 times in a row. Seriously, man. Like, if you have anger issues, if you have a history of making dumbass problems, if you have a history of not being able to accomplish many things in your life, these jobs where they say, do these horrible things and we'll pay you a lot of money, a bunch of idiots who have never been able to do anything with their life or of substance are going to sign up for these jobs. And this is what you get. You get a bunch of loser retards signing up for ICE agents, fat sacks of shit, can't hold their bodies accountable. How do you expect them to hold the lives of others accountable? Seriously, bro. They killed an American citizen. This is not an illegal alien, as they say. This is an American citizen with a job, a real job, serving people who are sick. And now there's going to be one less person helping people in need. Seriously, man. This is dumb. Like I said, man. If there's any ICE agents here, I'm not going to be in the way of their operations. But if they come to my property, my house, and they start violating my rights, they're going to get shot. Straight to the point. Who gives a shit? These people got to learn that if these ICE agents, if the retarded ICE agents, I'm not saying every ICE agent, if the retarded ICE agents who violate rights thinking they can get away with it, which they have, if they think they can do that over here, they're not going to come out unscathed. And if we hold them accountable, if they know that they can't be doing dumbass shit, especially the retarded ones, then the whole ICE organization as a whole, their bottom floor is going to be improved, and it's going to be better for everybody. They can do their intended jobs. They can perform their jobs better and actually do what they're supposed to do, which is remove criminals, undocumented criminals out of this country, which is no problem. But if people hold these agents accountable by letting them know, hey, you're going to get shot if you start messing with people who are not your intended target. If you start messing with people who are Americans that have papers, that have rights, the right to bear arms, if you start messing with these people and violating their rights to an extent that it costs them their lives, well, guess what? We're going to hold you accountable by shooting you back. If you shoot our neighbor who peacefully protesting, you shove him to the ground and then you shoot on him, the whole neighborhood is not going to let you escape this place alive. You're all going to be held accountable. You're all going to suffer the same consequence as this individual who got murdered. That's literally what American citizens have to do. If ICE decides to screw over your neighbors, you have to counterattack in that moment when they're all shocked. Unload the guns, fire them all, execute them all, make a statement. ICE agents cannot just destroy the lives of American citizens who are protesting. As an American citizen, you should be able to protest and walk away. People are dying protesting. Literally, guys. Literally. It pisses me off that there are Americans who are supporting ICE after shooting this guy. Those people are old, retarded. Donate your organs. Give them to me. I'll sell them. I'll use the money to actually help humanity. Because if your brain is coming to the conclusion that this guy should have been killed, go ask the doctor to euthanize you. Give me organs. I'll sell them. At least I will make good out of it. Rest in peace to this guy. This pisses me off that this is happening, man. This should not be happening in the United States, man. This is crazy. This is absurd. And it's not going to stop, man. It's not going to stop until an ICE agent is held accountable, which is by being shot at, or the whole ICE agency is being shot at. If the whole country unites against these retards who are doing this to these people, then ICE as a whole will become a better organization, because they're going to have to be aware of the consequences of violating people's lives, rights, and vitality. Seriously, watch the video. I'm not going to play it on this video, but look it up. Look up this guy's execution, man. This is horrible. With Renee Goodwill, I could see how they could justify killing her, but we all know what the truth is. That woman was fleeing. It's just that the dumbass cop, fat-ass cop, decided to make an excuse and shoot her by being in the way of the car. As an officer, you should have spatial awareness and get out the way of a car. You should never be standing in front of a car for your own safety, for your own benefit. That doesn't give you if you don't move out the way of a car because you are an incompetent officer, that does not give you the justification to kill somebody if they drive the car, right? It's your fault for placing yourself in that position in the first place, because you are an incompetent officer. And in this case, 9 ICE agents, or I want to say 9 because it felt like they swarmed this fool like a bee. These ICE agents were like bees, and they swarmed this guy to the fucking death. And after they took out his gun that he had the legal right to carry, he was not harming ICE agents. He stood up and protected a woman, but these ICE agents took it to the max. They couldn't arrest him. Bro, we've seen police officers, we've seen trained police officers, just one police officer take down some of the baddest criminals. They take them down and arrest them right away. These ICE agents are not law enforcement and should not be respected like law enforcement. 9 of these individuals cannot take down this one man without killing him. They couldn't take him down and arrest him, so they decided to end up killing him. That is crazy, man. These fools are not law enforcement. These are just an organization that is allowed to carry guns to do some despicable garbage, man. This is horrible. So yeah, guys, just wanted to share this. If you don't live in America, then honestly not of your concern, but if you're an American and you think you believe you have a right to protest and feel like to protect your neighbors, be strategic. These fools are retarded. That's what you got to remember. These fools, you might know the rules and you follow them, yet you can be punished for it, like this guy. You got to understand, you're following rules. You're playing a game and following the rules with a bunch of retarded losers that signed up as ICE agents. So sure, for a moment they might be following the rules, but they'll find any justifiable reason to unload the gun on you and not deal with you and be like, all right, let's just kill this guy so we can go get lunch earlier. That's how these fools operate. Because otherwise, anybody with a brain would be like, I'm going to arrest this guy. We have guys over here detaining. We've already detained him. We're going to easily take his gun away because we've detained his arms, his legs. There's no way he can grab the gun. Yet, these fools decided to shoot him. So dumb. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. Never forgotten.